We're here again to crack open some really interesting ideas and, pull out the good stuff for you. Today, we're zooming right in on one specific podcast. It's called the Mindvalley Podcast. And it's definitely carved out its own space in that, well, huge world of self-improvement podcasts. So our mission today for you listening isn't just to describe it. We want to really unpack the strategy behind why it's successful, especially this idea they have of being a global growth journey. It sounds ambitious, right? Empowering people everywhere to grow in, like all the big areas of life. And we're basing this on some excerpts we have titled Mindvalley Podcast, A Global Growth Journey. Think of this source material as our guide, helping us figure out the why and the how of their setup and why people connect with it. Okay, let's unpack this and see what makes it tick. Now, right off the bat, the source material points to something pretty unique about the Mindvalley Podcast. It calls it a unique angle. And it's not just focused on one thing, like, say, business tips or just meditation. No, it seems to mix a lot together.
The source says it blends life transformation, spirituality, business, and mindset. Which, when you think about it, is kind of unusual, right? To bring all those big, sometimes separate topics under one roof, it seems like a pretty comprehensive toolkit they're offering.
Yeah, exactly. And what's fascinating there is why they do that blend. It feels very intentional. Usually if you're into personal growth, you might listen to one podcast for career stuff, maybe use an app for mindfulness, read a book for relationship advice. It's all fragmented.
Right, you're patching it together yourself.
Exactly. But Mindvalley seems to deliberately integrate these things. They seem to get that, well, real growth isn't siloed. Your mindset affects your business. Your spiritual side impacts how you handle life changes. It's all connected. So it's not just convenient. It's like they're acknowledging that we don't live life in neat little boxes. Our work self, our home self, our inner self, they all influence each other. When they say transformation, they seem to mean the whole picture, not just bits and pieces. It taps into that desire for a more holistic way of growing.
That makes sense. It's designing for synergy, like you said, not just putting things in the same package. And I guess that's why it clicks for a lot of people. We aren't just one thing, are we? We care about our work and our peace of mind and our relationships. Right. So by offering this broad mix, it kind of acknowledges you as a whole person. It's like, yeah, you can work on all of this. It doesn't force you to pick between, say, your spiritual side and your ambitious side. It's a pretty smart way to meet listeners where they are. Okay, so we've got this rich blend of topics, but the quality really depends on who's doing the talking, right? And that leads to the next point from our source, the podcast's versatile format. It says episodes feature experts in psychology, science, and personal development. That's quite a range of expertise. So how does bringing in people from, psychology and science and personal development actually work? Doesn't it risk getting confusing or maybe too shallow?
That's a fair question, but I think the value is precisely in that variety. It helps avoid that echo chamber effect you sometimes get.
Ah, right, where you only hear one type of solution.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you connect this to the bigger picture, this multidisciplinary approach, it actually gives the topic more robustness, more well-rounded perspectives. Okay. Think about, say, an episode on resilience. A psychologist might talk about thought patterns, CBT techniques, the mental side.
Okay.
Then a scientist could step in and discuss the neuroscience, how stress affects the brain, maybe neuroplasticity, how practices can physically change things.
But the biology of it.
Right? And then a personal development expert could tie it all together with practical strategies, like here's an exercise you can do, or here's how to apply this daily. So you're not just getting the what, you're getting the why from psychology, the how it works from science, and the what to do now from personal development.
I see.
It layers the understanding. It makes the advice feel more credible, more grounded, because it's coming from different respected fields. It moves life transformation from just sounding nice to feeling, well, backed up.
That really clarifies it. It's not just different experts, it's how their different perspectives weave together on one topic. It's almost like having a personal advisory board, isn't it?
Kind of.
You've got the mind expert, the body-brain expert, and the action expert all weighing in, so you get this much richer understanding, not just one angle. And that definitely supports the unique blend we talked about earlier.
Exactly.
It ensures that covering all those bases, life, spirit, business, mindset, doesn't mean sacrificing depth, because you've got genuine experts anchoring each part.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have the unique mix of topics and this versatile format bringing in diverse experts. Let's tie it all together now with the final insight from the source. It links all this to the audience. It says, the Mindvalley Podcast is ideal for growth-oriented listeners globally. This really nails it down, doesn't it? It's aiming big. Anyone, anywhere, who wants to grow.
Mm.
But why does this specific combination work so well for a global audience? What's the secret sauce there for that universal appeal?
Well, I think it comes down to a couple things we've already touched on. First, that blend of topics: life transformation, spirituality, business, mindset. These aren't really culturally specific interests, are they?
No, pretty universal.
Right. The desire for a better life, for meaning, for success, for feeling good mentally, that's pretty much everywhere. Whether you're in, I don't know, London or Lagos or Lima, those core human drives are there.
True.
And second, when you bring in experts from psychology, science, and personal development, you're often dealing with universal principles. Science is science, largely wherever you are. The psychology of motivation, the benefits of mindfulness, these things tend to apply across cultures.
Okay, so it avoids getting too culturally specific in the advice.
Yeah, it taps into those common human threads. The desire for meaning, for mastery, for connection. It provides tools and ideas that resonate whether you're dealing with challenges in Tokyo or Toronto. It's a smart way to scale, really.
Yeah.
Focusing on the universal human quest for growth and backing it with credible, broadly applicable knowledge. It kind of creates a common language for personal development.
Absolutely. So what does this all mean for you, the listener, who's maybe looking for ways to grow? It means the Mindvalley podcast isn't just throwing stuff out there. It seems very strategically put together. That unique mix of big life topics combined with the versatile format, bringing in all those different experts.
Right.
It creates this really comprehensive resource. It's designed to meet you wherever you are, offering a holistic approach that works across borders. It really banks on the idea that wanting to grow is universal, and it provides a credible path for that journey globally. So just to quickly recap the main takeaways from our deep dive today, the Mindvalley podcast's power seems to come from its unique blend of interconnected topics: life, spirit, business, mindset. Then there's the versatile format, bringing in top experts from psychology, science, personal development, giving it depth and credibility. And all this is aimed squarely at serving a global, growth-focused audience by tapping into those universal human desires.
Exactly. And looking at this, it's more than just podcast strategy, isn't it? It's kind of a blueprint. It makes you think how powerful it can be to find that unique blend, something that resonates universally, and then serve that specific need, like the need for holistic growth, but on a global scale.
Yeah.
It shows a deep understanding that people are complex, their growth is interconnected. Offering a multifaceted, expert-driven solution like this, well, it creates real value. It's a masterclass in designing for impact.
And that's definitely something for you, our listener, to maybe think about. How can understanding this strategy, this way of building something comprehensive, expert-driven, and global inform your own search for knowledge, or even how you approach your own growth? Maybe integrating different parts of your life more consciously, or actively seeking out diverse perspectives on the challenges you face. Just some food for thought as you continue your own deep dive into, well, everything life has to offer. Thanks for joining us.